United are considering to make a serious attempt to sign Vlahovic from Juventus. And obviously, there is a story that has been put out by the Manchester Evening News concerning the agent fees that United has been spending in the recent 1 or 2 years. It's really ridiculous, and FIFA is coming in through to intervene to see to it that this should be really put to a halt or to a cut. And the last story is going to be about Rafael Varane being hailed and given a go by his former player at Real Madrid. Welcome to United Matters channel. It's the last video of the day. 3 videos for the previous 3 days. I think we are back to where we are supposed to be. You've been missing out on lots of content, but I decided to see to it that I really bring it to you in plenty because you deserve the best of content coming in from Manchester United, because here on United Matters channel, we do nothing else apart from Manchester United. Now, though news is coming in slowly, at least we are trying to capture in some good stories. Let me hope that when the World Cup is done, especially tomorrow, that is Sunday, most of the stories are really going to be coming out concerning the transfers, because it's not as lit as it's supposed to be. Last year, coming to the 1st of November, stories were all out. We are linked to very many players outside there, because Rangnick was coming in through, then the January transfer window, Julian Alves, Vlahovic, and very many others. That's what United was all about. But let me get you to this story of Vlahovic being reported by a source called Nicola Balisi via the Corriere dello Sport. He's telling us that United are going to make a serious attempt to sign Juventus striker Dusan Vlahovic in the January transfer window. That is what we are being told. And one will come in and ask himself, why would the club that has just bought a player 11 months back sell him right about now? Let me bring you up to speed and let you know what's happening in Juventus. And Jacobs Ben has given us the reason as to why this player can be really on the verge of leaving a team called Juventus in the January transfer window, if at all a favorable suitor comes in through. Jacobs Ben told us, that was on the 14th of December, that he has been told there is a very real possibility Dusan Vlahovic will leave Juventus in 2023. A January exit is not being ruled out by those close to him. Several top European clubs are in touch with his agent, including Chelsea, although nothing particularly advanced at this point. So this is the reason that is happening at Juventus. Vlahovic was signed in 2022, that is January. He has not even accomplished a year at Juventus, but he is looking on a move out of the club. Reason being, the entire board of Juventus resigned. Lots of things have not been going the way the manager wants, and obviously how the fans are wanting, so they need to be resolved. They are having a problem with the financial fair play that they've gone ahead to violate very many times, to an extent that it's said the reason as to why the board went ahead to resign was because of that, afraid of the implications and restrictions that are going to come when FIFA comes out and rules. So the board had to resign because of its incompetency, and that puts United in a perfect way to go on and sign Dusan Vlahovic onto the market. Remember, the search for the replacement of Cristiano Ronaldo is still on. Cody Gakpo, João Felix, now Dusan Vlahovic is in the mix to see to it that he joins United, and United might be tempted to make an attempt to sign the player Dusan Vlahovic. Now, Dusan Vlahovic was wanted by United when Ralf Rangnick was here, and in his own words, quoted by Fabrizio Romano on the 7th of May, this is what Rangnick says. Rangnick reveals he wanted a new striker at Manchester United in January, but the answer from the board was no. There was Luis Diaz, who is now at Liverpool, Julian Alves, who will be at City in the summer, and Vlahovic, who at the time was still at Fiorentina. Now, let's concentrate so much onto Vlahovic. By the time he was at Fiorentina, and he wanted him in January, he recommended these strikers, and now they are the in thing that have gone ahead to tear up the Premier League. Look at Luis Diaz at Liverpool, very insane player. Julian Alves, he's now tearing up the World Cup, 4 goals in all the 6 games he has played in the World Cup. Now Vlahovic is at Juventus, and United were referred to go on and really signing the player, but they paid a deaf ear to Rafragnik because he was not the permanent manager. He was just an interim manager, and United never wanted to go on and spend money because the Glazers knew that if at all they went ahead to open up or to loosen the strings of their pass or their money pass, it would have reflected that no dividends would have been gotten by them in June because they got close to £11 million. That is dividends. Though this time around in January, they're not going to get them because of the worst situations the team is in or the club is in. That's why they've opted to go on and sell United before the end of the winter or in the spring, that is in March. So it's not a new story for us to be linked to Vlahovic. Ragnick referred United or told United to go on and bring in a striker, but will United go in and bring in Vlahovic? That's the big question, because if he was bought at £63 million, I believe Juventus would want to sell him more, like at 70. And can he supersede Cody Gakpo? Because Ten Hag wants Cody Gakpo, but the temptation to come in through for Vlahovic might change the goalposts, and maybe Ten Hag might go in for Vlahovic, which is going to be very hard because this player, Cody Gakpo, has been on the ladder of Erik Ten Hag ever since he was at Ajax. The problem was he wouldn't sign him at Ajax because Ajax wouldn't go in to pay 50 million euros for a player to come and play for their side. So Dusan Vlahovic is the kind of player that is needed by Manchester United, and they might be attempted to go in and sign him. Though my worry is he's good, he's a very good striker, proven, but the problem is with the Italian players that cross to the Premier League. Most of them have flopped. Most of the Italian players that have crossed to the Premier League, all players coming from the Serie A, crossing to the Premier League, have gone ahead and flopped. So Juan Sebastian Veron from Italy at Manchester United flopped. You see Lukaku, his return from Italy to Chelsea, has flopped. Which other player? Many players that have come on. Shevchenko flopped. Which other player do you sign from the Italian Serie A? Signed very many players from Italy, but they've not gone ahead to be up to the standard. Is it because of the slow pace of the Italian Serie A and English Premier League is really speedy or quick? Look at Khalidou Koulibaly, the captain of Senegal, now playing at Chelsea. Things not doing well for him. And obviously, I think Mohamed Salah is one of those that has come from Italy and we hit the ground running in the Premier League. Who else? Few players. Jorginho, at least, he is playing some good role at Chelsea. Don't see very many Italian players succeeding in the Premier League. So I believe he is not that kind of player that you can come out and say if at all he comes in through, he's going to hit the ground running. Then he's injury prone because his first full season at Juventus has been so much characterized with injuries that I don't see whether he'll come in and really not get injuries because the Premier League is so much physical. That takes us to the likes of Cody Gakpo, Goncalo Alves, because they're the ish thing that the manager really wants, and you never know, he might go in and do the needful for the club of Juventus than Manchester United. So I believe we'd rather go in for Cody Gakpo. Let that temptation stop. I don't want that temptation to proceed, to go on and sign Dusan Vlahovic. I don't like it, and I like him as a player. He's good, he's a clinical finisher, but my problem with him is that he's really injury prone, and that's something that I really hate at Manchester United, because the in striker we are left with after Ronaldo's departure is Antoine Martial. Is also injury prone now. How do you add on another injury prone player before confirming that Martial has fully healed from all the injuries and can really go back to the Martial that he was those seasons when he came in at Manchester United, when he could play close to how many games? Like 30-40 games a season. So I believe that he's a good player, but I wouldn't like him at Manchester United. Now, there is a story that Manchester United even has gone ahead to break about the agent fees. They are telling us that new FIFA regulations will see football clubs pay less agent fees during a player transfer. Manchester United spent a total of £29 million on agent intermediary fees between February 2nd, 2021 and January 31st, 2022. Now, it shows you how ugly we are at business. To me, I believe other clubs are not spending like we are spending. If at all we are really we are held ransom on players' money, that we pay on claims, then that means even we've been always held ransom on the agent fees. That's it. Totally, that's it. Look at Harry Maguire. We spent 30 million pounds more on him. When you go to a player called Aaron Bissaka, I believe we paid 25 more for him. When we go to Anthony, I believe we paid 30 more. For Lisandro Martinez, people are trying to raise an argument on Lisandro Martinez, but I believe he's worth that money. 46 million pounds, not bad for him. For Casemiro, I think we paid some 25 more or 30 because we went in late. If I tell we went in the summer early enough, we would have gotten him at like 40 or 50 million pounds. That's it. So if at all we've been held ransom on very many players at Manchester United, why? What of the agent fees? Because United will always try to make the agent happy and always make the player happy. Even the player salaries. Anthony, who has been earning £50,000, £50,000 at Ajax, he's now earning £200,000 a week times for the amount of money that he's been earning at Ajax. That's really an absolute steal. Meaning that, however much FIFA has come in through, United has been having people to make decisions that are really cost effectively. I believe when the Glazers really leave this club, the likes of John Mata or the likes of Richard Arnold, lots of secrets are really going to be revealed that have been happening at Manchester United. And I believe there is theft of money at Manchester United. There is in those deals, because you can't tell me that a player like Harry Maguire should go in for 80 million pounds. I believe there is some amount of money that is going in some pockets of people that has not been revealed at Manchester United. Even the agent fees, it's exaggerated, and some money crosses pockets from one pocket to another, though on the sign-on check, it does indicate that it has gone on the account of the agent, yet one person involved in the negotiation of deals is really doing some corruption and embezzlement of funds at Manchester United. And I pray to it that when the Glazers go, I think that is going to be disclosed by Manchester United. It's going to be disclosed. Players are really earning lots of money, given gigantic deals. Who else is taking this money? Why is Man City having a player like Bernardo Silva earning £150,000, and for us we are having a player like Sancho earning £350,000? You get? Phil Jones is earning close to 90 grand a week. Why would Phil Jones be at 90 grand a week? Why? So I believe this is something that we should wait for. It's going to break soon when the Glazers are really left the club of Manchester United, according to what is going down in the land or the country Uganda. Now, let's go to Rafael Varane. Remember, he came in from Real Madrid and he was playing with Toni Kroos. Toni Kroos towards the World Cup final that France is going to play against Argentina today in Qatar has come out and really told us the following about the Rolls-Royce Varane. He did an outstanding job at Real Madrid and is really the complete package. He doesn't do miracles with the ball, but he's a highly awkward defender to play against. That's what he's telling us about this lad. He said he's incredibly fast, really one of the fastest teammates. He's really incredible. I never really saw anyone run away from him in our time here at Real Madrid. That is what Toni Kroos, the former German international who won the World Cup in 2004 with Germany, has come out and really talked about Rafael Varane. Obviously, he's fast, he's good. People were trying to downplay him last season because he never had a very good season. And how do you expect a player who has just come into a team that is performing very bad to have a very good season when the cohesion is not there? But look now, everything has harmonized at the club, and Rafael Varane is pulling in performances that everyone is really appreciating, and those that came out and really bantered him are eating their words. Even the World Cup right now, he's one of the best central defenders that have gone ahead to represent the national teams up to the finale of the World Cup. Don't forget that even Lisandro Martinez, shirt 6 of United, is also in the World Cup, and they're going to battle it up with Rafael Varane tomorrow. So your reactions to United serious attempt to sign Vlahovic? I'll welcome in the comment section below. What do you think about the agent fees that United has been spending from February to 31st of January 2021, 2022? And obviously, Tony Kroos saying and hailing Rafael Varane ahead of the World Cup final. They're going to tussle in with Argentina. I sign out for now. See you later. I'm out. Bye bye, guys, and good night. May the mighty Lord protect you abundantly. Say prayer before you go to bed. God's hand and protection will intervene. I'm out.